So you do a lot of school functions. You do a lot of after-school functions, sports, things like that. So, start friending up with all of that. I mean, that's a great opportunity. I don't have any kids, so I don't do any of those events or anything. But it would be kind of creepy if I went to one and then like friend me. But with with your kids and the parents of your kids' friends, get them on Facebook and friend them. This one, and this is the scariest one, right? Add people you come in contact with on a daily basis every day, right? So you might think it's kind of weird to go into the grocery store and add the cashier as your Facebook friend. But you can do it. You strike up a conversation, and what I do when I add people in person like that is I will actually, after having a conversation with them, I will bring them up on my phone, have them find themselves, on my phone, and then send that friend request, or they find me on their phone, and they send the friend request to me. So it doesn't happen later on, like, oh, find me on Facebook. My name is such and such, or give them a business card. No, do it right then and there. We all have, if you're like me, right, you take this everywhere. And if it's not with you, you freak out, right? So everyone's like that. So, you have your phone with you, and you can friend request people that you come in contact with on a daily basis. So a lot of my friends, on Facebook that I come in contact with is, I like today, I like to get pampered. I like to go to the salon. I got my hair done today. And the person and the girl who cut my hair today was new. I hadn't met her before. Her name was Rebecca. And we were talking, and I told her what I did, and that I'm a coach, and and she was talking to me about her fitness, and and I said, well, I'm on Facebook, and I brought out my phone, and I did that today. So I'm constantly, looking for an opportunity first for that conversation, and then to friend people that I come into contact with every day. Quick tip for all of you married ladies on the call. Make sure that your Facebook name, before you do all this, is to make sure you include your maiden name in your Facebook profile name. This way, if you are reaching out to people that you have known in the past, like from high school or a job or something, maybe, and then you've gotten married, they might not recognize, well, they wouldn't recognize your married name, but they would recognize your maiden name because that's how they knew you as. So if you're sending out those friend requests, having them see that, they'll know who you are. So that's a good tip. And you'll see that with a lot of the coaches with their names is, with the dash or with the, first name, maiden name, last name, like that. You want to add anything, Greg?
No, keep going.
Okay. And this is a discussion that we had, Samara, in our chat or RTE chat group about business cards, right? Yeah. Business cards. Okay. And I just mentioned it before too. Business cards are up to you if you want to get them. I when I first became a coach, I bought, I think, 1,000 business cards on Vistaprint. And I have 950 of them left, and this is 4 years later. So that's why we have our phones. Your phone is your business card. What happens when you give a business card to somebody, or, it gets thrown out, gets put away somewhere and into that drawer in the kitchen that has all the business cards in them, never to be seen again. So, it's up to you. That's a personal preference. If you want me, I don't think you need to have business cards out there. You might use them in the beginning, and then, with just the way social media is set up now on the internet, it's really kind of old school thing there. But if you do feel comfortable, right, having a conversation with somebody and not ready to do the Facebook thing, you can hand them, if you have business cards, you can hand them the business cards. Did you get business cards, Samara? Not yet? Okay.
I saw some printable ones on the back office.
Yeah, they're there. It's kind of an old school thing, right? But
yeah.
Like Brian said, I have a stack of business cards. Honestly, I never use them. It's like, I've given out a lot of them, and never once has a person contacted me from that business card. But I can tell you what I do is like either look them up on the phone, like Brian said, or I get their email, and then I can message them, and then I can follow up with them like 3 or 4 times if they don't answer. So that's what I do.
And the business cards on the computer, because I went to that, but it's more like an email business card versus a business card you can print out. What I saw, it says business card, but it's a cool way you can kind of send your information easily in an email, but it's not like a business card.
Like an email signature.
That's it. Yeah, an email signature. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did Vistaprint like 4 years ago, and I think I got 1,000 cards for like $10 or $20. So it wasn't like a huge investment. So it's not like I spent all this money and now I don't use them. But I mean, I don't know if it's different now, how much it costs. But so, all right, Greg, I'm gonna skip to the groups, but I'm gonna have you talk about the search part. Okay. All right. Here is the best way to get. Now, we just talked about kind of, your lukewarm market, or, it's between cold and warm, right? These are people that kind of, maybe you haven't seen them in a while, like your friends or your kids' friends' parents, kind of like, well, how do you meet people that you don't know at all, on Facebook and become friends with them? You don't just send random friend requests to everybody. This is what you do. And if you guys want to, go ahead and take out a piece of paper or your keyboard, whatever, your phone, and write this down. Write down 5 things that you are interested in, like really interested in. Maybe they're hobbies, and it can't be fitness. Don't write fitness or anything like that. But 5 things that you are super interested in. Maybe you have a hobby of I don't know, like Greg, crocheting, so that would be on your list. Or maybe there's a certain actor that you like. Maybe there's a TV show that you just can't, get enough of, like Game of Thrones, right? That's one of your favorite TV shows. Well, write down your interests, okay, 5 of them, and then search for groups on Facebook, okay? I belong to like 5 or 6 different Game of Thrones groups, and I go in there, and especially the day after the episode, right? And just have conversations. Now, because it's something that I am interested in, so I didn't pick like, I don't know, jujitsu, right? I'm not interested in that. So I'm not going to go into a group that they're all talking about that and sharing about that, because just to find friends, because I have no interest in that. So I'm going to pick something that I am genuinely interested in, and I can have fun in that group. Like, we can talk about, the TV show and share our opinions and share our theories and things like that. And then when you're having conversations with people who are commenting or replying to what you said, shoot them a friend request now, because they already know you. And you're not shooting them, I think we mentioned this last week, you're not shooting them a friend request so that you can write them on your list and then send them a private message the next day saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, I'm running a group, go buy the challenge pack and come join me. It's not why you're doing it. You're doing it to get more exposure, because once they become friends with you, they could visit your Facebook page, right, your personal page, and check it out. They might get your posts on their timeline, and they'll know if you're doing the 4 vital behaviors, that is. They will know that you're a Beachbody coach. They will know how you feel about it. They will know that you love your workouts. They will know that you are drinking this crazy concoction that is full of dense superfoods. And they will know that you're in support groups, or that you run your own, because that's what you're talking about, right, on your Facebook page. And then they'll also know that, if you share about your family on your Facebook page, all those other things. We talked about that last week. Not everything is Beachbody when it's on your personal page. But they'll see that. So these people, that's what you want. You're planting seeds. You're not chasing people. The goal of this is to get to that point where you do all of this, like clockwork, every single day, and then people are chasing you. People are coming after you. So when you make that post, we haven't talked about this concept. I talked about it in my coach group last week. Your jab, right hook, of Facebook posting. And in a nutshell, what that means is you post a lot of jabs on your Facebook page. And what is a jab? A jab is a post that you want to get some sort of emotional response from somebody, or give them a little piece of information, but you're not, selling anything or giving them a link or doing anything like that. Those are most of your posts. And then your right hook, that is when it's 100% boom, I want something from you. Maybe, you talk specifically about the coaching opportunity, what it's done for you. Maybe it allowed you to buy, fill up your car with gas last week, by being a Beachbody coach. And hey, if you're interested in it, comment below or go here to my website or go here and you give them a link. Maybe you're talking about a challenge group that you're in, and that anybody wants to join me, like Greg was saying, I got 5 spots left open, fill out this form. That's what I do. My right hook is always to send people to go, I do Google form to go and fill it out and give me some of their information, collect their email address, because I don't like, comment below if you're interested. That works for a lot of coaches. It doesn't work too good for me, but you can still do that. But I give them a link and people feel more comfortable for some reason with that, for filling that out. And I always get 1 or 2 people that fill it out every time I post that link to my form. But that's your right hook. You're actually, give it. So these people that you're friending, they're going to see all this stuff. They're going to see it, and they might not right away, reach out to you because they might be like, what's going on with Samara? What's her agenda here? I don't, but after a while, what happens, it's all about relationships, and it's all about building up trust. And it's all about genuinely helping people and not pursuing them, so you can make a sale. It's just genuinely about helping people, and then they will come to you. Real important when you're in those groups that everyone here is going to join. You probably might be in some already, right? Some other stuff that's not Beachbody related that interests you. What you don't want to do when you're in those groups is you do not want to spam those groups with posts. You do not want, or with fitness posts or Beachbody posts, and you don't really want to talk. You don't want to talk about it in the group. Mention that you're a coach and your free challenge group is coming up, and if anyone's interested, I'm talking about posting in the group that you belong to, because that's spamming. They're spamming the group, and you're probably going to get kicked out. Now, some groups that I've belonged to in the past, they actually have a day. Some of them, where it's like, if anybody is like on this Thursday, if anybody wants to promote anything or share anything or, whatever, then that's the day to do it. So some groups are like that too, where they will let people do that. So.
Yeah, I have some groups will let you post and promote your stuff. And are you guys familiar with like the yard sale groups or the community sale groups, Those you can do it. And I have a coach, one of my Star Diamond coaches, who he joined a whole bunch of those classified ad groups, and he'll post about his free groups in those, about his clean eating group, his free fitness groups, and what he has to offer. And every month, he hits Success Club just from those classified ad groups, So that works for those certain types of groups.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you a story. I have a new coach, a relatively new coach, Tom. Some of you know Tom. He went diamond in 4 months. Okay, just amazing. Okay, and not that diamond's hard, guys. I don't want to give you that impression. It's you signing up 8 coaches. 8 people that want to become coaches. 4 on your left, 4 on your right, bam, you go diamond. That's like, you know, a major milestone in Beachbody, and that gets you to the highest earning potential, which we can talk about next week or whatever. But anyway, he went diamond in 4 months, and how he did it, one of the major ways is he was sitting on this call. Brian and I were talking about going into groups, right? And he was in my free group, and I do a low carb eating free group. Okay, so he naturally wanted to do a low carb eating free group because that's what he started doing after he was in my group. So he went out and joined all these low carb groups. He just did a search on low carb, right? Low carb, high fat, or keto, or any of those type of groups, right? Joined them, a bunch of them. He started posting because he was really interested in it, right? He wanted to do it and know more about it, meet people. And the admin of the group, because he was posting so much in the group, made him an admin, a moderator of the group. So now it was his job to like approve people as they were joining. And because it was such a large group, you know, if you get groups with a couple hundred people in them, Facebook will start advertising your community to other people on Facebook. You know, like, you know, if you have a friend, it'll show you that you have a friend that's in this group. Do you want to join it, right? It asks you that. You see it in your newsfeed. So he, you know, he is now approving like 5 to 10 people a day to join this group. So now what he does is he private messages every single one of them, welcomes them into the group, you know, as the moderator, and invites them into his own private group, right? His own low carb group, where he can then talk about Beachbody and whatever else he wants to talk about. So, you know, he's getting coaches, he's getting people into challenge packs, he's doing all this, and you don't even have to be a moderator. You could do that if you're in any group, right? You'll see, like, it always Facebook tells you like 15 new people join this group, right? This week or whatever it is, right? And you can click on them and you can private message people without even being their friend. And as long as you, I recommend, like Brian said, don't try to sell them anything, right? Don't be salesy, but you could always do it in such a way, like if you were running a free group, and we'll talk about free groups in a minute, but you could always say, hey, I don't know if this would be interest to you, but I am running a clean eating free 7-day challenge, which starts next week. Would you be interested? You know, a simple question like that. And most people would say, yeah, you know, especially if you started with, welcome to this group. I think it's amazing. I'm so glad you joined. Not sure if you would be interested in a clean eating group, but I'm running one, you know, starting next week. Would you be interested? You know, most people would say, yeah, sure, add me, you know, it's a great way to do it. So Brian, did you have other things you wanted to add?
No, I don't know if you wanted to bring up the graph real quick and just give an example of it.
Oh, the graph search?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen here.
Yeah, so everything that we just talked about, you know, like how to find, you know, people that in a town you used to live in, or your old college or old jobs. Greg's going to show you, you know, how to use that search criteria.
Yeah, like, you know, Facebook, if you go searching for friends, it gives you this list of like, you know, where you live or where you lived in the past, or schools that you attended or places that you worked. And you can search for other people on Facebook that are any of those categories that Facebook gives you. But in this search bar up here, you don't have to put, like, most of you put people's names, right? You put in like people's names, but you could also put in emails, phone numbers, stuff like that. But you can also do stuff like this. Look, friends of friends who like yoga. And you see, it gave me a list of people that like yoga that are friends of my friends, right? And so if you're sending a friend request to a friend of a friend, they're going to see, oh, we both, you know, have Sue as a friend in common. And this person doesn't look like a spammer or hacker, so I'm going to accept their friend request, you know? But you could also do people let's see. I mean, it gives you other suggestions here, right? Friends who like Simply Yoga or Yoga Trainer or whatever. But you could do, I always do like friends of friends who like something. But you could also do like friends of friends who I think lived in, let's see, Leesburg, Virginia. Yep. So, like, see all these people? Some of them I'm already friends with, but some of them I'm not, right? And right there it says Leesburg, Virginia, right? And she's obviously a friend of another friend. So, I mean, all these people are in my hometown, and they're all friends of people that I'm friends with. So that would be an easy thing to do, right? I could do friends of friends who worked at a place where I used to work. I could do friends of friends who attended a church that I attend, or friends of friends who attended a high school that I attended. So it's a good way to search for other people. You can just search on, this is called a graph search, Facebook graph search. It's really powerful on what you can search on. But also, let's switch over to free groups. We have this free group training group. Brian, can you give them the URL in the chat?
Sure.
And if you guys want to request access to it, we can approve you tonight. But basically, this group teaches you how to run free groups, okay? So we've been talking about free groups, right? How it's great. The purpose of a free group, and if you guys all know what a free group is, you're saying free group, right, versus a paid group. So a paid group is basically, you need to get a challenge pack, or you need to get Beachbody on Demand. You got to buy something, right, to do a group like that, right? Well, a free group is a group that could just be a clean eating challenge. It could be a 30-day fitness challenge where you do like a plank challenge or sit-up challenge or stuff like that, It's just, you can Google 30-day fitness challenge on Pinterest or on Google or whatever, and you'll find hundreds of different free workout schedules that you could do for people, Clean eating, grilling, you've probably seen crock pot challenges. You might have seen water challenges. You've probably seen other people do these free challenges. The reason that you do those is because it's completely free for people to join. It's fun, and it's a great way for you to get to know somebody, right? Without asking them to buy something, right? And like you could run a 7-day crockpot challenge. I've seen some coaches do some mason jar challenges. Have you ladies seen like how you can put food in a mason jar? And I don't know, it's just a different container, but women love it, right?
I like it too.
Yeah, Brian does it. So, they're just fun things that allow you to kind of be a coach, right, to people, because you're motivating them, you're posting every day, you're getting to know them, you're building trust, and that's what you want to do. So this group right here, it has this pinned post at the top, and it's got this big sign that says, read this first, okay? If you're on your phone, you actually have to click the words pinned post or you won't see it. And it breaks down the post. It's like a table of contents. So it breaks down the post into 9 posts. And, you could just watch probably the first couple and you're going to get the general idea of it. Okay. But the other great thing about it is at the very bottom of the post, there are 2 Google Drive links. And if I click on those, you will see all these awesome examples, okay? So there's some 7-day groups and 10-day groups here, but look at these folders. So there's these different folders, like free group ideas and free challenges. Like I'm gonna click on this Jamie Shepard one. These are other coaches who have created like pretty extensive, step-by-step plans. Like here's a paleo one, here's a crock pot one, right? A grilling out one, a Shakeology detox one. You could have people get a Shakeology sampler box, right? Of 7 different flavors of Shakeology, And you can run a Shakeology one. Now that one's not free, but it's an idea. There's a vegetarian one. Okay, look at this clean eating one. First, there is at the bottom, there's a document that is like step by step, how to promote it, how to create it, how to, get it started, and it gives you the exact posts. And then if you click on the actual one that you want to do, like 7-day clean eating, it will give you the shopping lists. It'll give you the day-by-day posts that you can use. It'll give you, there's the meal plan checklist. Where is it? Where's the main one? Is it the checklist or is it the posting template? I guess that's it. Yeah, but it'll give you like, here's a posting template that you can use where it'll give you like, here's the day one post, or here's the pregame post that you can make. And here's the, basically ready to go post and day 2 post, So you could copy and paste these. You could take the images, you can use them, or you can just use it as an example, and create your own. So, it's a wealth of knowledge. And, if you guys are afraid to ask people to, join your challenge group and drop $160 on a challenge pack, start with a free group, because you should be very comfortable in openly inviting via post on your timeline or via creating an event on Facebook, just like you would create an event for your kid's birthday party, or private messaging people and say, hey, I'm running a 7-day crock-pot challenge, right, for the fall. Would you guys be interested in joining? And most people would say, yeah, sure, it sounds like fun, And then what you do is you love on them and you engage with them as much as possible during that 7-day period, right? Not only their posts by commenting on their posts and stuff like that, but you're going to be like, it's great if you can go live in the group, because that helps people engage with you, and talk about your struggles, right? And how you overcame them, and talk about your workout, right? Talk about what you're doing, and talk about even Shakeology. I do. I talk about Shakeology that I'm drinking and why am I drinking it and how does it help me? Not that you're trying, openly to sell it. You're not giving them a link or telling them to buy it or anything like that. But at the end of the 7-day challenge or 14-day or whatever, you're just going to offer them, hey guys, you've seen me doing these workouts. You've seen me talking about Shakeology. You've seen how this clean eating plan works, and you guys have seen results already. How would you like to take it to the next level where you could get, would any of you be interested in like a meal plan that gives you day by day exactly what to eat? It gives you portion control containers. It gives you, a meal plan. It gives you a shopping list and a workout program that you could do at home for 30 minutes. Would anybody be interested in that? And you could even try the Shakeology, this shake that I've been drinking, this superfood shake that I've been drinking. Would anybody be interested in that? If you pose it like that, you would probably have a lot of people from your free group that would then be like, yeah, sign me up. This group was so fun. It was so amazing. I want to see what's next. And then you talk to them about the options to buy, right? With the challenge pack or standalone or a free trial even. They can sign up for a BOD free trial. So it could really cost them nothing just to get started. And that's how you kind of ease people into it without being salesy, So I run a free group every single month. Some coaches will do 2 a month. It's completely up to you and your goals and how fast you want to build and how many people you want to bring in, and it's just great. So if you combine this with expanding your warm market technique that Brian was talking about, it works amazing. Something that I also do is I'll run a Facebook ad and I'll bring in people into my free group through a Facebook ad. And if you guys want to learn about that, I'd be happy to tell you or create a video for you to show you how to do it. Also, I'm going to be doing a team call this Wednesday on how I have created an ad for the UK market, right? How I'm recruiting coaches already in UK, and how I'm going into groups in the UK and friending people. So you can apply that to the UK market, or you could even apply it to this market. It's the same principle. So if you guys want to attend our team call, it'll be at 9 o'clock Wednesday. So that's basically everything. Let me stop share. Do you guys have any questions about free groups or groups that we talked about? Friending people? No? All right.
I'll talk about just real quick about the Power Hour. I know you guys have probably heard us talk about it before, and it's basically everything that we're doing here. Each one of you guys, you're on this call for a reason, right? You're on this call to learn how to create a business with this opportunity. So everyone sitting here on this call, you are a business owner. You realize that, right? That you guys own your own business right now, okay? And with Beachbody, and you didn't have to go to the bank and get a loan for $400,000 and then buy a location and then get a financial advisor and get a lawyer and pay the taxes and then hire people and fix it. You don't have to do all of that. But regardless, if you did do that and what you're doing now, you're both still be business owners. With Beachbody, it just makes it simplified because everything, all the tools that you need, they provide it. And you just have to do what we're telling you to do, and you'll create a thriving business with it. So when we mention that word Power Hour, that is basically when you are punching the clock and you are working on your business 100% without distractions. Just like if you were to go into your work and punch that clock, sit down at your desk or wherever it is that you work and go to work. You don't have, all the distractions at home. Now I know we're all busy, right? Family and everything. So we do have those types of distractions, but what makes it beautiful about this business is you could actually schedule your own time, right? So you're not going to have any distractions at 5 a.m. in the morning, right? Or once you put the kids to bed, you're not going to have that distraction. So you have to create your own schedule, but a schedule you need to have every single day, and you need to list out what you're going to do during that hour. And when we say the hour, it could be longer than that. You don't want it shorter. If you want to create a business here, you got to at least invest an hour a day into your business, right? So, and that's why we talk about the business activity tracker, because what do I do during that hour? Well, here it is. This is what you're going to do during that hour. But it's so very important that you treat it like a business, that you schedule those hours, that you have that power hour. So when you're, say, finding Facebook friends, this is work, right? You're what we just talked about tonight, looking for, your old high school or your old college, doing that friends of friends, you're in the zone, you're working, okay? So when that cat playing the guitar comes up on your timeline feed, you don't go, oh, look at that, look at that shiny object over here. No, you're working. This is what you do. You can look at that at another time. So you just have to have that mentality, that mindset, that during that hour that you have scheduled for yourself, that you're in this, and you're in the zone, and you are doing the work.
What are your thoughts about splitting it up during the day? Doing 30 minutes? Does it even matter as long as you're doing it?
No. If you want to split it up into 30 minutes in the morning, 30, go ahead and do that if that's going to work for you. You don't want to, I would say, don't split it up any more than that. Like do 4 15 minutes throughout the day, because then that's going to kind of hairy. But yeah, you got that 30 minutes here. Maybe it's on your lunch break at work. You get 30 minutes. Boom, you go into the break room or you go outside or whatever, and then you work on your business. Yes. So definitely, if you break it up, you can do that.
Also, personal development does not count as part of the hour. Okay.
Right.
So you reading a book, you listening to something, that's in addition. That the business hour needs to be activities that are moving your business forward if you want to be successful, right? Like inviting, expanding, posting, that type of stuff.
The activities that you're doing, that came from the personal development that you did. Like this call, this isn't your power hour, but you're getting personal development here. So now you're going to take action on what you're learning on this call from personal development and inject that into your power hour.
Yeah. Also, let me give you guys, if you look in the chat, I will give you a couple videos for homework on Instagram. So we've talked about Facebook tonight, right? But there are so many coaches that use Instagram as their primary social media, okay? And it works great for new coaches because a lot of new coaches, they have all their existing family and friends, and they're afraid, you might be afraid to start posting about health and fitness and Beachbody on your Facebook timeline because, you're afraid somebody's going to see it and they're going to be offended or whatever, right? I mean, if you're not, great. Do it. Go for it. Post your before and afters and tell your story because that is your warmest market and those are the people that are going to respond to you the fastest and the quickest. But if you're that type of person that's like, scared to death and you're never going to post on Facebook yet, right? Then start with Instagram. Create an Instagram account. And like Brian said, list your interests and watch that video. Watch those 2 videos by Jen Richardson. She's a 15-star diamond coach. And she's amazing on Instagram, and she teaches all of her coaches how to use Instagram. And she says, create your interest list and use those as hashtags that you can search on and post your hashtags. And the great thing about how Brian talked about going into groups and friending people. Well, on Instagram, you don't really have groups, right? But you have these hashtags, right? And you can just search on hashtags. So maybe you're a pit bull lover, right? Pit bull as in the dog, right? Pit bull, so you search on pit bull, hashtag pit bull or hashtag pit bull lover or whatever, right? It's going to bring up all these people with pit bulls. And you can, like what they say is like the formula is, you can follow them and then like 3 of their posts. Every single person that you follow, like 3 of their posts and comment on 1. Okay. What that's going to do is that's going to encourage them to follow you back, right? Because if you just hit follow and they have no context of who you are or whatever, they're probably not going to follow you back. But if you're liking and you're commenting on their stuff, right, then they'll probably follow you back and then they'll start seeing your posts too. And another thing that you can do on Instagram, obviously, is the Instagram stories like Jatiana talked about on the National Wake Up Call, but you can also direct message people. So, like in Facebook, when you message somebody and you're not their friend, it goes into like the other folder, the message request folder. They may not even see it. Well, on Instagram, that doesn't happen. So you can, directly message people and you can say, hey, I see you love pit bulls too. So do I. I got one. His name's Bugsy. And, and then you can get around to, after chatting with them, you can say, hey, I'm running a free health and fitness group or a free crockpot challenge. You think that might be something you're interested in? Bam, And if you set yourself a goal, like using the business activity trackers that we talked about, every day you're going to find 3 people or, whatever your goal is. Maybe you're going to find 10 people. Maybe you want to be diamond in 4 months and you're going to find 20 people a day, you can do that, and basically you just set yourself a goal of, 20 people that you're going to strike up conversations with, you're going to friend, you're going to follow, you're going to search for, and keep track of them. It's like once they respond to you, like, we didn't really talk about tracking too much, but put their name down in like a spreadsheet or on a piece of paper, so that you can, follow up with them. And, maybe like after you've friended them or followed them, right? And like 3 days go by, maybe you want to go back and like and comment on their stuff again, right? And you'll forget who you did unless you write it down or type it in a spreadsheet or something like that. Or, you know, maybe you message some people and maybe didn't get back to you or whatever, you can message them again. So that's perfectly fine, you know. But you got to have a way of tracking, you know. Or maybe you like and comment, and then 3 days later you go back and message them, and then you start that, you know. So it's really up to you to create a system that works for you and just get in a habit of doing that every day. And if you do, that's going to create you a funnel, right, guys? Because what you want to do, here's the overall thing, why we're teaching you this, right? You want to create a funnel, right? So you got to have the friend requests going out every day, right? You got to be making buddies every day, right? It's however you want to do that. It's completely up to you, right? You got to find people to friend. And then like you want to get them into some kind of free group, right? And that kind of funnels them down. You find the people that are even interested at all in health and fitness, right? So that kind of limits your field down, you know? And then from then on, you try to filter them down further and get them into a challenge group, right? Get them into Beachbody, see if they're even interested in home workouts or whatever. And then after you do that, right, you get them working out and hopefully drinking Shakeology for 30 days or so and getting some results. And hopefully they love Beachbody products by then. And then you filter them even further to become coaches, right? And so coaches will help you build your team volume, which will help you rank advance and earn more money. And, you know, though that's your long-term goal, but you just got to think of it as like, you know, a step-by-step process. And you can't get to making money unless you're willing to do the first step in friending people and expanding your market. All right? All right, well, that's it. We're out of time. And make sure you copy and paste those videos before we leave.
Thank you. I can tell you that I already am doing a lot more than what I was doing at the first session that y'all gave 3 weeks ago. So thank you very much. I'm not doing as much as you're telling me to do, but it's still more. So thank you.
It's awesome, Elizabeth. Yeah.
And you're going to build belief, right? I mean, like Samara, you want to, like, I mean, when she attended these calls and she was completely lost and she talked to, like, she was a Weight Watcher instructor and she reached out to all her people and no one was interested. And then something clicked, right? And now you're like signing up coaches and bringing people in. And what was it?
The calls, just being in the environment, and and going to that event in DC, just experiencing, meeting you and experiencing, and it's just being on the calls and being around this and what's possible. It's just, and what clicked was, if instead of being scared or nervous, really getting, you know, this is something that people need. You know, they say, I really need help. And you say, oh, we have this. And then they're like, oh, well, I don't know. But I was coming at it from, oh, could you kind of sort of maybe look at it? And now I'm like, bam, you need this. Let's do this.
Did you look at it yet? Right. You got to be bold and about it, you know? And it's hard to be bold with people that you've known for a long time. But, you know, the more people that you meet, right? You don't know these people. You can be bold with them. You can be upfront, you know. You can follow up with them and nag them. Who cares? You know, if they get mad at you, they'll unfriend you, you know.
And we're very lucky with having Brian and Greg. We really are, because they're in it and doing it and with us and help us. And we're very lucky to have such a great support team. You guys rock.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
All right.
Thanks, guys. One more call.
Good night.
Yep.
Good night.